Hello everyone. Sorry for being late, but my health is not that great. But I've still decided to come because I just don't like being being unproductive all the day, which I am. So at least if I can do something. So let's start. Yesterday we completed up to page number 105, and today we will start from 106. Sorry for not being so energetic today. Just hang on with me. What would it take to make your experience 10? By the end of the discussion, both of us feel heard and validated, and we have made our observations and wishes clear moving into the next week. This is incredible process. I highly recommend if every month Georgia and I also schedule. Oh, I've read this one. The author is today I'll not explain, but the author shared his how he changed his relationship with his wife by really prioritizing and planning their dates and other stuff. Register your rhythm. Next heading. I want to share with you something I created for myself that helps me keep track of the rhythm of a new behavior. I call it my rhythm register, and I think you will find it extremely helpful. Remember from earlier in this book the importance of tracking. So there is a chart. See this? So it's a chart where behaviors are written and behavior or action, and then all these Monday to Sunday, then achieved goal, total goal, achieved goal, and net. Okay, so commitment is doing the thing you said you were going to do long after the mood you said it in has left you. Page number 108. If you want to drink more water, take more steps each day, or acknowledge your spouse more affectionately. Whatever behavior you've decided you need to move towards your goal. Whatever behavior you've decided you need to move toward your goal, you will want to track it to make sure you're establishing a rhythm. See figure 10. The rhythm of life. Next heading. When people get started in a new endeavor, they almost always overdo it. Of course, I want you to feel excited about setting up a rhythm for success. But you need to find a program that you can absolutely, positively do in the long term without renegotiation. I don't want you thinking of the rhythms you can do for this week, month, or even the next 90 days. I want you I want you to think about what you can do for the rest of your life. The compound effect, the positive results you want to experience in your life, will be the result of smart choices and actions. Repeated consistently over time. You win when you take the right steps day in and day out, but you set yourself up for failure by doing too much too soon. A friend who will remain unnamed to protect the guilty. decided he was going to get in shape after seeing a picture of himself posted on social media. This was a massive lifestyle shift on him. On the job, he sits for at least a dozen a day and he hates to exercise. Previously, he explained that he would find ways of avoiding using certain dishes or accessing files if it requires him to squat and bend down to get them. That's how. Page number 109. That's how much of an aversion he had to physical activity. Still, he made a resolution to get in shape. He joined a gym, hired a personal trainer, and began walking out 2 hours a day, 5 days a week. Richard, let's call him. I said that's a mistake. You will not be able to maintain that commitment and you will eventually stop it. You are setting yourself up for failure. He pushed back, assuring me that he'd changed forever. Even his trainer had recommended the intense push. I'm committed, he said. I want to be able to see my abs. Richard, what's your real goal? I asked him. I knew he wasn't gunning to be on the cover of Men's Fitness. I want to be trim. I want to be healthy. He told me. Why? I asked. I want vitality. I want to be here long enough to see my kids have kids. He replied. These were his real, meaningful motivations. Richard wanted to be in it for the long haul. That meant he was signing on not for bikini lesson but a long-term commitment to fitness. Okay, I said, you've convinced me, but you're overdoing it. You're going to get 2 or 3 months down the road and you're going to say, I don't have 2 hours to work out, so I guess I can't do it today. That's going to happen to you over and over again. Working out 5 days a week will turn into 2 or 3 and you'll get discouraged. Soon it will be over. I know you're already fired up right now, so let's do this. Do your 2 hours a day, 5 days a week for now. It takes a lot of steam to get the wheels to budge from the inertia, but don't do it longer than 60 or 90 days. Then I want you to scale it down to an hour or an hour and 15. You can still do your 5 days a week, but I would probably encourage you to go for do that another 62. Page number 110. 60 to 90 days. Then I want you to consider an hour a day for a minimum of 3 days a week. 4 if you are feeling extra spree. That's the program I want you to work toward, because if you don't get into something you can maintain, you won't do it at all. I really had to struggle to get Richard to comprehend this, because at that moment he was all gung ho. He thought he was going to be able to stick with his new routine for a lifetime. For someone who never worked out, to start working out 2 hours a day, 5 days a week is a surefire dead end. You have to build a program that you can do for 50 years, not 5 weeks or 5 months. It's okay if you go strong for a while, but you've got to see light at the end of the tunnel where you can start scaling it back. You can always find 45 minutes to an hour a few times a week, but to find 2 hours 5 days a week to make your routine work, that will never happen. Remember, consistency is a critical component of success. Next heading, the power of consistency. I have mentioned that if there's one discipline that gives me competitive advantage, it's my ability to be consistent. Nothing kills big more quicker and with more certainty than a lack of consistency. Even good, passionate, and ambitious people with good intentions can fall short when it comes to consistency, but it's a powerful tool you can use to launch the flight towards your goals. Think of it like this: if you and I flew planes from Los Angeles to Manhattan, but you took off and landed in every state in between while I flew straight through, even if you went 500 miles per hour at the air and I only traveled at a rate of 200 miles per hour, I'd still beat you by um, आज दशमी है ना इसलिए आवाज़ ओके I'll still beat you up. I'll still beat you by a big margin. The time and energy it takes for you to repeatedly stop and start and get back to momentum would make your trip at least 10 times as long. In fact, more than likely you wouldn't even make it. You'd run out of fuel, energy, motivation, belief, and will at some point. It's far easier and requires a lot less energy to take off once and maintain a regular speed, even if slower than most everyone else, all along the way. The pump well. Next heading, the pump well. When you start thinking about slacking off on your routines and rhythms, consider the massive cost of inconsistency. It is not the loss of the single action and tiny results it creates, it is the utter collapse and loss of momentum your entire progress will suffer. Think of a hand pumped water well, which uses a pipe to draw water up from the water table several feet underground. To get the water to the surface, you have to pump the well's lever to create the suction and brings the water above the ground and out of the spout. See figure 11. Page number 112. Consistency is the key to achieving and maintaining momentum. This was the diagram. Figure 11. When most people start a new endeavor, they grab the lever and start pumping really hard. Just as Richard was with his plan to get fit. They are excited and committed. They pump and pump and pump, but after a few minutes or a few weeks, when they don't see any results, any water bracket results, they gave up pumping the level altogether. They don't realize how long it takes to create the vacuum needed to suck the water into the pipe and eventually out of the spout and into their bucket, just like the merry-go-round, rocket ship, or steam engine. Breaking free of inertia, it takes time, massive energy, and consistency to pump water. Most people give up, but wise people continue to pump. Those who persevere and continue to pump the lever will eventually get a few drops of water. This is when a lot of people say, "Oh, you've got to be kidding me. All this pumping and for what? A few measly drop? Question mark. Forget it." Many people throw their hands up in defeat and quit, but wise people persist further. Page number 113. And here's where the magic happens. If you continue to pump, it doesn't take long before you will get a full of steady stream of water. You have success. You will now that the water is flowing, you no longer need to pump the lever as hard or as quickly. It becomes easy. Even it becomes easy actually. It becomes easy actually. All you need to do is to keep the pressure steady, is to keep pumping the lever consistently. That's the compound effect. Now, what happens if you let go of the lever for too long? The water falls back down into the ground and you are back to square one. If you try to pump the lever easily and steadily, you won't get any water. More is gone. The water is back at the bottom. The only way to get it back up again is to pump is really hard all over. That's how most of us lead our lives, in fits and starts. We get a new business venture going and then cut out on vacation. We start up a routine of making 10 prospecting calls a day, strike a little gold, and then shift into neutral. We get hooked up about our new date night routine with our spouse, but in a few weeks it backs to Netflix and microwave popcorn on the couch. Friday nights, I see people buy a new book, sign up for a new program or seminar, and go like crazy for a couple of weeks or months. Then they stop and end up right back where they started. Sound similar? Question mark. Miss only a couple of weeks of anything, workouts at the gym, affectionate gestures towards your spouse, or the phone calls that are part of your prospecting routine, and you don't simply lose the result those 2 weeks would have produced. If that's all you cost, which is the most people assume, not much damaging would be done. But by slacking off for even a short time, you killed more. It's dead and it's tragedy. Page number 114. Winning winning the race is all about pace. Be the tortoise, the person who, given enough time, will beat virtually anybody in any competition as a result of positive habits and behaviors applied consistently. That will put the mojo in your momentum and keep it there. Making the right choice, holding to right behaviors, practicing perfect habits, staying consistent, and keeping your momentum is easier said than done, especially in the dynamic, constantly changing, and always changing world we share with billions of other people. In the next chapter, I will discuss the many influences that mostly unknowingly can help or hinder your ability to succeed. These influences are persuasive, and constant. Learn how to use them, or you might end up losing because of them. Let me show you how. And this is the summary of this chapter. Put the compound effect to work for you. Summary action steps. Number 1. Build your bookend morning and evening routines. Design a predictable and fail-safe world-class routine. Schedule your life. Sorry, guys. Number 2. List 3 areas of life in which you are not consistent enough. What has this inconsistency cost you in life thus far? Make a declaration to stay steadfast in your new commitment to consistency. Next point, on your rhythm register, write down a half dozen key behaviors relevant to your new goals. Those should be behaviors you want to establish rhythm with and eventually create momentum. Big Mo. 10 pages are over, I guess. I'm not feeling well today, so I'll end the live session right now. So we've started from page number 106 and we've completed 115. So yeah, 10 pages done. So what today's session taught us, that most people do when we start something, even I am a victim of this, or if I am also someone who does the same thing. What I do is I start something and I do it with my 200%. I give everything and I just focus on the task, and after a certain point of time I just quit doing the thing, which is not right. That's why I'm so behind in life. I'm so far away from my potential. But what the author is trying to say, the no matter how many time or how much time you give or how much enthusiastically you start doing something, most important thing is that how far you are going to do it and how long you are going to do it. Means if you don't quit whatever you are doing, you are winning. That's the simple formula. If you are continue doing something, that means you are winning, and once you stop, it means you just failed. You have to start again, all over again. And what mostly we assume that, okay, if we did just 10 days, then okay, we just lose the 10 days. But to be honest, no, we break the momentum and we stopped our growth. Whatever, all the hard work that we put in these days are total waste. So we have to be consistent no matter what the circumstances are. Like, I'm trying to be consistent with this at least book reading habit. That's why I'm here today, even after feeling ill. I just want to be consistent in this at least, and I will try to apply this thing in other areas of my life as well, even if I do it for maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes, but I have to do it continuously. And you should do the same. Whatever your goals are, just try to do it consistently. That's it. Just do it, don't stop, because this is one life and we have to achieve something big, and we have to make our parents proud. We have to give our parents everything that they deserve. We have to be that person. Whenever we see ourselves in the mirror, we should be proud of ourselves. And and not only us, everyone around us, we should make every people that, like, everyone, those our friends, our relatives, and everyone, happy, and their life should get better because of us. And how can we do that? By just becoming better. First we have to make ourselves better, first we have to earn better, first we have to develop those kind of morals and ethics in our life, that we grow, we do hard work. And once we achieve a big position in our life, once we become successful, then we can help everyone around us. Only, like, everyone around us. That's what should we think about, not just about ourselves. But first we have to, but in order to help everyone, your parents, your relatives, your friends, those who always be with you, to your parents who always support you, to help them, you have to first to help them, you have to first help yourself. And you can do this by reaching your goal, by accomplishing something good in life. And yeah, that's it for today. Okay, you are like my father, only me left. Should I go or leave? Okay, so this live is I started doing live recently, so there are very few people who watch my live, so I don't base on like on the views at all. I say whatever comes in my mind, I read, and I don't focus on the views because you guys come and go. Nobody's interested in reading book at all. I just came from thank you. How are you feeling, Akansha? I know it's been a tiring day. I hope you're fine. Actually, I was also not feeling well, but I'm kind of sick. But I just wanted to do this at least because I was unproductive this whole day. Thank you. Okay, then. Yeah, chalo, bye. I'm also about to leave. And hello, hello, hello. What's dot on your forehead? Every day somebody comes and asks me about this dot. This is not dot. This is called bindi. This is called bindi, guys. This is not dot. Shout out. Okay. How to give shout out? I don't know. Shout out. Okay. I know I am too naive for live and all, but I'll learn eventually. Don't worry. I'm a quick learner. Okay. So enough for today. I'm feeling a little bit better after doing this live because at least I've done something productive. Anyways, bye bye. Good night. I hope you are all doing well and keeping up the good work, achieving your goals, working hard for your goals, making your parents proud, making your friends proud, making yourself proud, so that when you look in the mirror, at least you should love what you see and you should be proud of yourself. Okay? Yeah. Good night. Bye bye. Take care. See you tomorrow, okay?